All right.
Man, we have so many channels in our Discord, don't we?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Let's do this. Yo, what's happening, guys? I'm gonna send out the announcement. I invited you up, Tyler.
Got it. How's everybody doing?
Hey, hey. Yo, does Tyler sound really rough to you guys on here? Can you talk, Ty?
Yeah. What's going on? Do I sound rough?
Yeah, it sounds like really, really loud. Does it sound really loud to you all? Sorry.
I am. I'm on my home computer, so maybe it's a little different, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. It's a little loud, but we'll just push through it. I guess can you check over there because on StreamYard it doesn't sound bad. So, uh, sorry, man. It just
Hmm.
like I can barely hear you. What's up, everybody? We got some stuff to talk about today. Not too much, but we've got a lot of new faces in here, and we're like officially filled up on the wait list. But one thing that I do want to say because there's like a lot of moving parts, and now we've moved into like the line where we're like past the point of of like easy to explain numbers, like we've got 12,500 going out to the first 12,005 people who 500 people who sign up, right? But then the first those thousand of those are going to be reserved for the Cryo Pass holders, which the Cryo Pass holders will be people who make it to be the first come first serve of the Cryo Pass drop. So there's gonna be two drops. First is the Cryo Pass. The first thousand to sign up will get one automatically for free, and then if you hold that on launch day, you will become you'll also be guaranteed a unicorn. And it's funny because at this like a few days ago we were kind of at this spot where we were like maybe we'll sell out right away, maybe we won't, but Ty, I'm like getting some echoes, man. Can you like mute it or put some headphones on? Sorry.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
I got somebody cutting the grass outside.
Okay. But yeah, so I forget exactly where I was at, but basically once you mint the a cryo pass and you hold it, you'll be guaranteed a unicorn on launch day, which we're still narrowing down exactly what date that will be, but we're shooting for sometime next week. So stay tuned, everybody. But yeah, that about covers like the announcements. I finally have figured out all of the fan art giveaway winners, so I'll be sending those out today as well. But yeah, I guess if we can, anybody wants to hop up on stage, put your hand up. But Tyler, if you had anything you wanted to chat about first as well, but yo,
Do I sound
nah, man, oh man, it's so bad.
okay?
Yeah, all right. Well, cool. Let's dive into questions then. I'll just handle it. Then yeah, we can get going. So we release unicorns on November 11th. Yeah, Sep, we don't really have like an exact date on the launch planned. But around there is like our launch target kind of thing. So we'll see how it goes. So lots of new people. Maybe run over how the cryo works. Yeah, yeah. Good call, NF Tree Man. So yeah. So basically, we've got 12,500 on the that are going out on launch day, right? But like we're doing like even though it's like free, we're still doing like a pre-sale where that's the cryo pass drop, and so this week. If you are the first to mint, first thousand to sign up and then mint it, you will get one. And so that is like a looping video, and so that's going to be a separate NFT collection from the unicorns, and that will be basically the process for that is we'll send out a notification with like a link to where you'll be able to mint it, and then at that point, it'll be like a full page captcha. You'll log in or like connect your wallet, and then you'll sign up. It'll send you your email a verification code, and then you'll put that code into the site, and then basically at that point you'll land on like a waiting room, and there's going to be a waiting room because we're actually going to be putting it out probably at least a few hours, maybe even a day early from launch, and so you'll be able to go get your account ready and sign up and everything, and then you'll be in a waiting room with like a countdown, and then that countdown will turn into a mint button. So yeah, a few people have asked what does minting mean and how does it work, and so essentially like minting is where like you're first creating an NFT, and so if you go to like an aftermarket like OpenSea or SolSea, the stuff that you see there have already been minted on a blockchain. So what we're doing is we're minting it on our site through the the app and everything that we're building. And so yeah, you'll need to connect a Phantom wallet in order to like go mint, and then what that will do is like actually create the NFT, and then it'll like put it in your wallet kind of thing. So yeah. So if you make a Phantom wallet, how do you sign up? And so yeah, and actually yeah, like go check out Discord. Thanks a bunch for Kenturo for dropping that in. Basically, we've got like pretty much the process of what it's gonna look and feel like. And yeah, I ran a test this morning, and it's feeling good. So it's feeling like what that Figma prototype is looking like. So, but yeah, how much Solana will you need on your wallet? None. And so, well, okay. Here's the thing: is like it's going to be free, and we're going to be covering the gas fees. And so you don't need anything in your wallet to mint or to sign up. And you'll be getting an NFT for free, basically. But from there, if you want to go resell that, because with how packed the launch is looking, because by the way, let me check the number. Yeah, okay, we are over 18,000 on the wait list right now, which means that there's more than 5,000 more people than what we're going to be minting on launch day. So it's going to be really crowded, and so I think because of that, cryo passes might have an opportunity to be pretty valuable in the next few days to a week. And so yeah, so basically, I forgot why I started that, but oh, okay, yeah. If you want to go sell that on a marketplace, you will need some Solana and your Phantom wallet to be able to list it, because on the secondary marketplaces they're not handling the gas fees, and so basically that the gas fees on those are usually like 0.008 Solana, I think it is. And so it's really cheap to list on Solana, but you still do need something in order to do that. So yeah. So to claim the Cryo Pass, you have to go to the site and press the button. Not in 20 minutes. It's not today. It's not today. It's not today. It's we're planning for Thursday in 20 minutes at this time of day. So and yeah, so basically you only need to sign up and get it, and that's it. Can we sign up in the waiting room? Yeah, yeah. So like that's where it will be. Is like you'll go create the account, and then you'll like land in the waiting room, and then yeah, and so like you could actually go sign up, leave the browser, and then go back and log back in, and then you'll be right back into the waiting room. So don't feel like panicked to keep the your computer on or anything like that. It's still going to work in the background, kind of thing. And basically, like once you create that account, you'll be ready to go. And so the reason why we're doing the accounts, by the way, is like I said, like I've been saying, we've got a really packed out waiting list right now, and so we're trying to keep it to where it's one unicorn per person, like as close to that as we can. And so that's because like every unicorn that you have is going to get you a new trait NFT every 7 days. And so basically, if you start with 2 or 3 unicorns, then you're going to be moving 2 or 3 times as fast as everybody else is. And so like people who do that like properly, like go buy it on the aftermarket and buy multiple unicorns, and then they're like running really fast, and like that's according to the rules, that's good, right? Uh, but like people who are like go mint multiple, like real life people who mint multiple are like technically going against what we tried to do, right? And so like like we're not really going to be like, yo, you're banned if you do that, but we're doing everything we can to stop you from doing that if you're going to try to do it. And so I won't go like crazy into detail how we're doing that, but part of it is making the account, and that's why we're doing the account. So basically, that will also be what leads to the games in the future, and also the continuing on with other mobile apps and stuff that we have planned. So yeah, Tyler, do you want to try talking?
Any better?
Nah, it's
Yeah.
rough, man. All right, bro. Sorry, man. I know you're feeling a little rough anyway, so sorry you couldn't hang. But will IP addition restrictions be in place to prevent multiple? Yes, we're planning on putting the an IP lock on it, according to like the inside of the database kind of thing will be the plan. So that way you can't like clear out your cookies or anything. So yeah. Will the sign up start at 2 or the launch? So yeah, the sign up will probably start a little bit before the minting time. And so basically you'll be able to sign up. That way it's not like panicked and kind of thing. Like I actually realized the thing right before I hopped on the call of, if you mistype your email, then your wallet is going to be connected to that mistyped email and you'll be stuck basically, right? And so I was like, but like we're gonna try to fix that, right? But basically, yeah, like if you're panicked typing it in really quick, you might misspell your email and then you're blocked there and you can't disconnect your wallet from that improperly typed email. And so that's what we're trying to fix right now is that you can disconnect it from that improperly typed email. But basically, it's always that double check of your wallet address compared to your email, and then like if and then that will lead to you being able to log in or sign up, right? And so yeah. Where will the link drop? The link will definitely drop in Discord first, and we'll probably also go, or sorry, we'll definitely go out to the wait listers as well, but probably only an hour or so before launch. So yeah, or mint, I guess. And if you join the wait list, when can I sign up and connect the wallet? Yeah, I was trying to just answer it about, but basically, yeah, if you have a Phantom wallet and you're on our Discord, you'll definitely be notified like as soon as everybody else does. Yeah. All right. What server will the fall? I don't know exactly. Are you meaning where's the image hosted and like the metadata and all that? We're gonna be having it on IPFS, so that way it's not like centralized to our server or anything. Will there be a special room for the link on Discord? Probably we'll just put it in the announcements. But yeah, that's just a lot. But is there a way that you can have more than one cryo? You can make multiple. Yes. So let me explain that really quick. So basically, the way we're doing this is, if you have won a giveaway already, you are already going to get a cryo pass, and we're doing that by we're reserving 200 of the cryo passes for our team and for giveaway winners, and so giveaway winners will be guaranteed a cryo pass, but they can also sign up on the general mint is the plan. And if they're one of the first 800, they could get 2 cryo passes. Same with launch day. If you're a cryo pass holder, you can also be part of the 11,500 general, and potentially get two unicorns. So that's the thought, but I don't know. We're deciding if we want to limit that or not because honestly, like we're still at least a week away from launch, and so it's like we could get to huge numbers on the wait list, and so yeah, so that's the only thinking of why I might want to limit that, but um, yeah. Miso Man just asked if I use Figma for the mockups. Yeah, so actually, before this NFT project, we were a design agency, and we were making apps for ourselves and for clients of ours, and we use Figma for all of our design. And so, so yes, all the prototypes that we've been sending out were made in Figma, and also that's where I do the art too. So a lot of NFT artists use Procreate for like to do hand drawing, but I'm more of a mouse guy, so I've made all the art in Figma. Design tutorials coming soon. Yeah, it could be. Maybe. Yeah. Nice, Robica Gaming. Thanks for sending that again. Appreciate you. Yeah. So what is the Cryo Pass? Let's talk about that. I'm gonna share a file really quick on YouTube. Hold on. Okay, I'm sharing it. Here we go. Ah, there you go. Okay, so basically it's going to be a looping video, and it will. I'll send it over on here as well. Oh gosh, it's getting posted on Discord right now. Okay, so uh, yeah, so this is the Cryo Pass, and basically, depending on how soon you sign up, like in the thousand, you will might get the first player. If you're the 49th player to sign up, where it says first player, it'll say first 50. If you're the 51st player to sign up, it'll say first 100. So it's basically in increments of 50 in order to make it so we didn't have to make 1,000 videos. And so basically the first sign up, the first player to get a cryo pass, they will be getting the only unique cryo pass, and the rest will all be in those increments of 50. And so, why I'm like so cavalier or comfortably sharing this right now is like, a lot of people from the outside who haven't gotten into NFTs yet, like they say that argument of I can go download it, so I own it now, right? And like I'm saying I'm happy to share it with you, but and you could see it, but you only get the utility of the cryo pass if you actually own a cryo pass, right? And the utility of the cryo pass is not the art, although I do think it's really cool looking. But also it's going to give you guaranteed access to a unicorn, and then it'll also give you early access to the future layer 2 games, and then beyond that it'll give you guaranteed access to the other characters as well. And so let me go into that really quick, because we're looking at this like a seasonal system, so like a battle pass, right? Where like Apex Legends or some other games like that, they have a system where in order to play online, you have to buy a battle pass, and that will also give you like that season's skins, and that's exactly how we're going to do this. Where the next 6 months is unicorn season, and you will be getting a trait box every 7 days for every unicorn that you have, up to seven, and then you will be getting like those unicorn traits. But after 6 months, the unicorns stop. No more are going to be created, and the unicorn traits are also going to stop. The only way to continue getting them is to either play the game, the layer 2 games, to like the play to earn games that we're going to be making, or buy the next character or get the next character, because we're planning to keep the same mechanics on the next one, where in 6 months, the whatever the character is, then that character will be like a whole new set of traits, and be separate from the unicorns. But they will have the same mechanics where it's a free mint, but probably have a higher circulation. So, yeah. NF3 Man said, "Tell them why you call it a cryo pass." Yeah, let's talk about the cryo pass a little bit. So in our Discord, there is a unicorns lore channel, and basically that unicorn lore, you can like read through it. Basically, the reason why it's called stranded unicorns is these unicorns had to leave their home world because it was about to get destroyed by an asteroid, and so they rushed to make these massive like arc ships, that they all left the planet as quick as they could, and they spent like, what is it, 250 or 300 years to get to this planet that looked inhabitable. And so they all go to cryo sleep, and the idea is that the first 1,000 unicorns were supposed to wake up and prepare for the infrastructure planning to go colonize that planet. But when those 1,000 wake up, they discover that the planet has been decimated by like an advanced civilization, and they are stuck in orbit where they can't go down to the planet because it's uninhabitable, but they can't stay in the ship because they don't have enough food to live, because they were planning on, like, going down in waves, right? But keeping most of the unicorns in cryo sleep. And so that's the idea, is that the first 1,000 wake up to discover that they're stuck, and they decide to wake the other unicorns up. And that's the idea. So there you go. So that's why it's Cryo Pass. Yeah. Some people have said Crypto Pass. It does look like Crypto Pass, but it is Cryo Pass. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, and by the way, they are part of a bigger, larger universe. That's where the next characters are going to come into play. And so that's really where we see ourselves. Like, me and Tyler, are co-founders in this. We've got a team with two developers and two designers. But we're really like, work with them like really closely. That, like, they're in our team, right? But basically, in the future, I see ourselves as like, lore masters a bit, where, you know, bringing on new characters, launching them, and making sure that, like, there's hype around every launch. Will make it so that unicorn holders also get a bump every time we drop a new character, because every season there'll be more in circulation on the next season. So basically, unicorns will be more rare than the next character, which will be more rare than the next character, and so on, right? Yeah, there you go. That's one hell of some lore. Yeah, it's funny because it's actually based on this script that Tyler and I wrote, like, or mostly Tyler wrote, but like him and I, like, mapped out the world together, about, like, what was it, like 12 years ago, I think, Tyler, and we've kind of just like had it sitting around, and we've always loved the idea, but yeah, we get to use it now, and it's super fun, and like, really, like, it's so rewarding to have 26 people watching me, 70 people listening to me. Like, it's just so much fun to have all of you here and like be so engaged with us. Like this is, I talked about it really well yesterday on a TikTok live, but I'm going to go on a little rant here, where somebody said that we're scamming. And first of all, like, I think that it's like an interesting, like, idea is, like, we're doing so much for the community that it's looking like we're scamming, because there must be some kind of ulterior motive. But I think that's the beauty of NFTs, is there's this like teeter totter, where you guys have faith in us to deliver, and so we give you a free NFT, and you believe and tell your friends and everybody about it, like, about this cool NFT. That makes it so more people come in and buy from you, so you raise your prices, and then that gives us a little bit more revenue to be able to invest in building the vision bigger, by bringing new people onto our team, and like raising the value, like, and so it's like, as long as you guys keep believing in us, we'll keep expanding this vision, and then that will bring in new people, which will allow you to raise your prices, and just like, it'll keep going back and forth. And I think that's like the beauty of NFTs in general, but also like, um, I think, like, more and more in the future, like, people are going to be able to get away with charging, 2 or 5 Solana for art, with the roadmap, right? Unless you're a big artist. Like, I'm not a big artist, but we've got this like grand vision that if we go kill it, we're all going to be making a bunch of money, And so it's like, so that's what's like so fun for us, that we're kind of like leading the charge back to what it was, because it started with cryopunks, CryptoPunks, where they started free, and then they built it up to where they are. And so, like, I think, yeah, okay, I'll get off my soapbox now, but yeah, if anybody wants to come on up to the stage and chat with me, let's do it. Any hands? Hey, oh, we got some hands. All right. NLNS, you asked first. Ooh. All right. Anybody else want to come up? Okay. People keep turning it off. All right. Romodo motive. Let's go. Everybody's just putting their hand up and back down. Um, this made a question in my head. What's the average age of the user here? Yeah, I think it's a little bit low. TikTok is definitely like tilt young, but also like I think there's also a lot of older folks, not older folks, but just like people of age as well in here too. But hey, made it up. Yeah, it'll like basically all of our mints we're planning to do first come first serve. So basically, it'll be free, and we'll even pay for gas. You just need the wallet for the Phantom wallet, and yeah, and then basically it'll just be first come first serve at that point. Mm. Yeah, well, so that's the thing is it's not a white list, it's a wait list. And so like basically a white list like guarantees you if you got in you'll get it at a certain spot. But here the main mint will also be first come first serve, which is why it's worth attempting to get the cryo pass as well because there's going to be 12,500 on the general like launch mint, right? But there's 18,000 now in the wait list. And so that'll be first come first serve. But then of that 12,500, 1,000 of those are going to be reserved for the people who hold the cryo pass. So which is like phase one of the first come first serve. Mm. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it doesn't matter where you are on the wait list, or when you came, and like definitely we've had people in here, for a few weeks now, and like I hope that they get a cryo pass and a unicorn too. But like really, we're all early, right? Like like this vision that we've got is years down the line. Like looking like I want to be doing this in a decade, and so everybody who's here waiting, all 18,000 people on that wait list are technically early. Yeah, there's some people who were a little earlier, right? But yeah, like you said, like the people who are going to be like sitting there pressing refresh, 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 like are going to be people who are like tuned in and ready to go on launch day. We'll be really excited to be jumping in, and so that's kind of how we look at it. Is like we really want like players in this, not just like flippers, But I'm sure we're gonna have some flippers, but that'll raise the value for everybody else who stays in place. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. Awesome questions. Yeah, so the for the games, so we're looking at this as like similar to loot, right? Where like the what we're about to launch is layer one, and in the same way of loot is where loot is just a picture with a list of items, right? That in future games will allow you to like have that loadout. So if your loot NFT says that you've got a golden axe, and then you get to have a golden axe in the game. But but we think that that's like a little lame because every RPG that you play is all about getting better gear and increasing the your level of your character, right? So we think that we've got like a way cooler version of loot where layer one is you evolving this character, and every time you fuse a trait, which you got from either showing up every 7 days or playing the games in the future, that will allow you to evolve your character and put those points, those power level points, into classes, which I can get into as well. It's a little complicated, but I think it's gonna be super cool. And that will allow, like, that will basically give you stats in the games. And so, like you said, you brought up Axie Infinity. I think that Axie Infinity is like the perfect NFT game because like right now, the world of NFT gaming doesn't need to be a really good, like super unique game, because even Axie Infinity is like just a card fighter version of Pokemon, right? And so like yeah, like I think our first game will be an Axie Infinity, very look-alike, right? But it's cool because you get to play with your unicorn, right? And you might even own Axies and be like, I'll go play Axie Infinity and I'll go play Stranded Unicorns card fighting game, right? And so that's kind of how we look at this. Is like the layer two is we want to make games as soon as we can, as many as we can, and then we want to open that up like in an open source manner to like allow other developers to get in because okay, last thing here is that loot doesn't give any kind of revenue source for the developers who make the games, right? Like to build a game is a lot of energy, a lot of time and money sunken into building a game, and really there's no payoff beyond like from loot's end beyond there's a big player base because there's a lot of NFT holders in loot, but with us, we've got that player base, or we'll probably maybe never have as big of a player base as what Loot will have. But I think that we'll get there. And even beyond that, the next step is the revenue generator, which we'll have built in because the trait boxes are free, right? Every 7 days you get a trait box, and as you play the games, you'll earn more trait boxes too. But every trait box gets 3 traits, and you only get to pick one for free. The other two you can buy if you want to. And so that's where we're probably going to make a lot of our revenue, but also will be where game developers who build on top of our layer one will also make a lot of the revenue. Is every loot box or trait box that that a player unlocks by playing the games, they that money will go towards the developers who made the game for that allowed that trait box to get unlocked. So does that make sense? I know that's a really long-winded answer. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's like it's a really cool idea. We've had a few ask us, and like I think like only now do I feel comfortable saying that like we probably should, because like we've always kind of looked at it as like let's just get this layer one out, and then build towards that. But I think definitely like I mean just look at like Illuvium, right? Like they're just like skyrockets over time because investors are getting in, not just the players who are investing. Like it allows investors to also invest from an outside perspective while the players still get to go play the games and stuff. And so I think that's like that's probably definitely sorry, it's definitely in the plans, but we just don't have like an active like roadmap of like it's going to go down at this time or anything. It's kind of just like we should definitely do it. We just haven't like set up the spots to go do it yet. So yeah. Sweet. Thanks for hopping up. Appreciate it. Okay. Cass Jr., you want to come up? Hey there. I can't hear you. Sweet. While I wait, Professor Whoop. Oh, hey. What's up? Yeah, so you will need to go to phantom.app on a computer, like on a browser. So right now, the like Web3 is really not mobile optimized yet. Like even MetaMask has an app, but you can't actually connect that app to a website to mint. You can just open the app to see your NFTs and whatever coins you have in that wallet. And so basically, yeah, like right now you're going to need to go to phantom.app on a browser to install the extension to get the wallet, and then you'll need to go on a computer to on our website on mint day to be able to get to get it set up. So phantom.app, that's how you do it. All right. Yeah, have a good one. Yureem, let's go. Hey, what's up? Yeah, so like really it doesn't matter what placement you got on the wait list because it's not a white list. It's still just going to be first come first serve. So really, all we're doing is that's like a sign up to get a notification on mint day. But if you're in here in Discord, you'll probably get the notification before you get an email or anything, because we'll be sending out the link in here on Discord at least a few hours early on here. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so, but both of our mints, both the Cryo Pass and the main like launch mint, both will just be first come first serve. So if you show up and press the button before everybody else does, then you'll get one kind of thing. Yeah, yeah. Alrighty. Lusonias, what's up? Hey, hey. Yeah. So OpenSea is does not support Solana NFTs right now. I'm sure that they must be planning to do it, but yeah, basically, so that's why is like we're building our project on Solana, not on Ethereum or Polygon, which is the only two that that OpenSea supports. So there are a bunch of marketplaces that are like jostling for OpenSea of Solana, but it really hasn't shaken out yet. And so basically, we're going to be on Digital Eyes. We're definitely going to be on Soul Sea, and we'll definitely be Magic Eden. There's a few others like Alpha Art is also one that we're like trying to get into, but it's like that one's like they have to like approve you, and you don't get to like apply. It's just like if they heard about you, they're going to put you up. So that's like step one is being on the secondary marketplaces. But our plan is to build our own marketplace, and the reason for that is a we want to still pay for your gas, right? When you sign up and when you fuse a trait, and every time that you mint a trait as well in trait boxes, we're going to be paying for gas for that, right? And so, but once you leave our platform to go list it on the secondary marketplace, you're going to have Solana in your wallet in order to list it. And so, we have this like really like idealistic vision of like starting from nothing and actually like making something without having to drop any money. It's just your time, right? And so like that's A, right? But then B of the vision, or why we want to do a marketplace is like this is a really complicated project, right? Like think about if you like went and looked at like Board Apes API Club on OpenSea. You went and you browsed for like you may be sorted by the floor price, you may be sorted by like recently sold prices, right? But then in the filtering you're like, oh, I really like this one trait, let me do that. But here with the unicorns, there's going to be different value not only on what traits are fused but also like the amount of traits that the unicorn has. And in fact, I think that's going to have like one of the biggest levels of value for the unicorns, because having zero traits will have some value because somebody who just heard about the project wants to get in and they're like, yo, like I want to grind. Like I don't want to start at the top. I want to like build my way up and make my own unicorn. So I think zero trait unicorns will be a thing, but that's not a thing that you can filter for on a marketplace, right? 15 trait unicorns is another thing like that. And so so you'll be wanting to sort by amount of traits, but then even beyond that is like every time you fuse, you get to pick a color for the trait. So if I've got like a lightsaber horn, right? I can fuse it as red, and that puts the skill points into endurance, which is going to have an effect on the games and make me a tank in the games. But if I put it in blue, then it'll make my character a mage in the games, right? And so because of that, if you're jumping in wanting to play one of the play to earn games that are coming out, it's like you'll be wanting to look for a mage character, right? And so with that, there's literally nothing to filter for that on a marketplace either. And so really, it's just gonna be like a really crazy nuanced marketplace that like that. So that's the biggest reason why we're making our own marketplace. So yeah, again, really sorry for the long-winded answer. Hmm. Yeah, Yeah, so it was 20,000 because initially we were thinking of doing 25,000, but we've since like halved the amount because we added the battle pass system that I was talking about earlier. So yeah, basically it'll just be 12,500. And yeah, like we were doing a lot of things to try to prevent that from happening because yeah, somebody who maliciously gets two unicorns will be moving twice as fast as everybody else, and so because of that we're trying to lock it down as much as we can. And so, there's a few features that like we've got, but I'd rather not like say it just just so that somebody doesn't think about it about how to avoid it, I guess. And so just know that we're trying to avoid it. Like I can't say and I can't promise that it's not going to happen, right? But we're doing everything we can to make it so that it's as close to one per wallet, or so, yeah, like one unicorn per person as we can. So yeah. Yeah. Postman Pat, let's go. Hey, hey. Definitely. Hmm. Yeah, totally. Yeah. So really quick, for the people on YouTube, sorry, I've got headphones on, so the YouTube's not hearing me. So the question was, how are we handling the all of the transaction fees? And so first off, with Solana, as I said, it's like 0.0008 of a Solana, and I think it might even be less than that. But basically, we did the numbers, and if we mint out all 12,500, and everybody goes and buys, or sorry, gets their trait, and then they fuse it, that would be like 5 or 6 transactions per person, and even that would be like less than $100. And so it's definitely really expensive server costs compared to like a normal server cost, but we've launched other apps before, and like it's just kind of a thing. Like you don't charge the users for the server costs, and that's kind of how we're looking at this. Is like we're trying to be like a really accessible project, and I think that that's the first thing that's going to go away. Like it's not until there's no gas fees will people actually jump into this, like the average person, right? And so, that's like idealistically, that's why we're jumping in on that. But also too, like it's not like we're just angels here, right? Like we are going to be making some money here, right? Like every time you open a trait box, you get to pick one for free, but there's 2 other ones that you could buy, right? And maybe we won't have that many people buy the other two, but I think that a lot of revenue will come from that, and it'll be enough for us to get by and bring on more people onto the team to go build the games. And so that's the other thing too, is like like you buying those extra traits, like you'll be able to know that like this isn't just going to me, like this is actually like allowing us to be able to like increase the size of the team and build more. Yeah, exactly. So I think, like, I don't know, we'll see how it all shakes out, but I feel really confident that it'll all work out. So mhm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I think that, like, there's a really good chance that, you know, 5 years from now, there's only Pegasus or Pegasi, right? Like, by the way, for those of you who don't know how to get to a Pegasus, there's 15 trait types for every unicorn, right? If you max out your unicorn and get all 15 traits fused, then you can fuse another trait to your unicorn, and it will reset your unicorn, but it will become a Pegasus which has wings, which is not a mintable trait. So it's like something that you can only do by maxing out your unicorn and then fusing another unicorn to it. And so basically, yeah, like I think it was XTZ suggested that we make it so that like level 3 unicorn or level 3 Pegasi are able to actually breed with each other. I don't know if we're actually going to do that, but it's kind of one of those things like there's so much opportunity for every angle, right? Like something that we didn't even think about, but some people have suggested, and now it's like the thing that I want to go tackle first is like trait evolution, where you fuse two of the same traits together and make it a level 2 trait. Like that's like so fucking cool, and I want to go do it. I just don't know when we're gonna do it, but it might be something that we tackle in the next season. So it's like, yeah. So I think like come up with some ideas, drop it in there, and let's all chat about it, and we'll all figure it out together if we want to make it so Pegasus can do something. Geez, Pegasi can do something. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So well, it's actually funny. So, like, we actually didn't have the vision of the layer 2 at first. Like, we were like, it could be something that could turn into something like that. But it was actually somebody in our community who had been like in our previous community, even before we were doing NFCs, who was like, "Yo, guys, like, what if you make this open source and allow me to go build games? Because like I built some games, and we chatted with him, outside of the general chat, and like he's like making games on his own. And he's a young guy, and so I think that's the thing is like a big studio, like what's in it for them to jump into like on a small untested project like ours, right? Like I think eventually we can like attract larger studios, but I think the first step is indie developers who are like tinkering, but they don't have like as much bandwidth to go make their own like full marketing plan and all of that stuff, right? And so I think that's the first step. But I think even before then, it's on us to kind of like lead the charge of the vision and show what it could be. And so that's why like basically right away, like all of the money that we're going to be making from the trade boxes is going into like bringing on more developers, the game developers to go build out those games. And like I was saying earlier, like I think the first one will be like an Axie Infinity kind of card fighter where you just get to like use your unicorn in the games. And so yeah, that's that. But also in that we're going to be like setting up the framework to go open source everything as well. So yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah, honestly, it's like I feel like I've been like every waking moment I think about this project, but then like the coolest thing is I can feel that in a lot of people too, like that they've like thought about this on their off time and they come back into chat and they're like, "Yo, you should add this," or whatever. It's just like that's honestly been the most rewarding thing for me. Like it's like it just like yeah, everybody who's here right now, thank you so much. That's all I gotta say. All right, I can only stay for another like 10 minutes because I'm gonna go stream on our Minecraft server. So, but I'll bring a few more people up on here. So, Incog, come on up. By the way, guys, we have a Minecraft server. So I'm going to be playing for about an hour. In about 40 minutes, I'm going to be hopping on Minecraft in our server. So come join me and let's play together. All right, Incog's not coming up. I'm inviting Dylan. Dylan, you coming? Dylan? All right, Fish will come up right away. Oh, shoot. Okay, hey, Dylan, what's up? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I know it's a little confusing. So basically, the first mint is going to be a Cryo Pass, and so the Cryo Pass is like the card kind of thing, and that will be if you have one and you're holding it. On launch day, you're guaranteed a unicorn, and so then launch day will be a second mint, and that will be you're getting a unicorn which allows you to collect traits, which is a third NFT. And so each trait is a separate NFT. You could sell those separately, or you could fuse those to your unicorn kind of thing. And so that's it. You good? Hmm. What do you mean? Like the Cryo Pass? You mean, or yeah, so the Cryo Pass is mostly because we've got like 18,000 people in the wait list right now, and so we're kind of like doing it as an initial test where everything about that first Cryo Pass mint is like preparing us for the main launch because it'll be all the same processes. But then also too, if you hold it beyond launch, it'll give you early access to the games and guaranteed future characters. So it's definitely like worth holding. But it's also mostly like a an early community badge kind of deal where it's like I'm sure that some people will kind of want to hold on to it forever, but then like maybe eventually if we go become like a massive project or whatever, then it could be worse than it because there's only gonna be 1,000, so that's kind of the idea. So yep. It should be for other countries. We're planning on we're not like locking it global or to like a certain location, but we haven't launched it by the way just yet. So just heads up. So yeah, 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 exactly. Thursday's the plan. So yeah, stay tuned. Yep, yep. Alrighty. Have a good one. All right, fish, and I'm bringing incognito or incog back up after. What's up, fish? Hey, hey. Good. It's been a good few days. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So like basically yeah, in the beginning we opened up a mod application in the Discord and we got like 60 people to apply and that was a while ago. So like that was when we only had like 3,000 people in here. So but yeah, we brought on 3 mods and 2 of them never talked and XTZ was one of them and he's like one of the best mods yeah, the best mod. There you go. I'll give it to you. Sorry, Kangaroo and HF. But anyways, the other 2 they're no longer mods. But basically, it was kind of just like this is my first time in a big server, right? And so I'm still learning as I go. But I really feel like the biggest thing here, the biggest importance is like being active as hell and like being really knowledgeable about the project. And so yeah, so just yeah, that's all. I'll leave it at that. Like we are planning to bring on some more, but yeah, I guess just yeah, I'll leave it at that. Yeah. Alrighty. Bye, fish. All right, Incog, what's up? Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, so you'll land. There will be like a full page captcha, and that's to try to like slow down the like bots and stuff. And yeah, by the way, oh, thank you, Compy. Check out general chat right now. That's going to be the like yeah, that's pretty much the exact experience as it's going to be. So it'll be a full page captcha. You'll connect your Phantom wallet, and then you'll enter your email, like create an email and a password. That will send you an email with a code, and then you'll verify your email by entering that code. And then once you're through that, it'll take you to like a waiting lobby, and then there'll be like a countdown. And once that countdown hits 0, then it'll turn into a mint button, and then yeah, the first 1,000 or 800 people to press that button will get one. Yeah, so what I would suggest is like get a Phantom wallet and go to something like salonart.io. There's like a connect wallet button there, and it'll be like that same process. Once you press the button, it'll like trigger the extension, and it'll like open up Phantom, and then yeah, like it's kind of going to be exactly like that. It's really simple. And yeah, also check out the Figma prototype because it shows that too. Like you just have to like type in your Phantom password, and then you'll create your account from there. So yep. Mhm. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is it is not a whitelist, so it's still open. It's not closed because it's just signing up for a notification kind of thing, and then on launch day or on the first mint and then the next mint, it'll just be first come first serve. So you'll get a notification either from Discord or from the email, and then from there you'll get access or yeah like you'll get a link and you'll go to that link and then you'll go through the whole process. So, but and then the first, first people to press the button will get one kind of thing. Mm, yeah, yeah, that's cool. Like, yeah, I think that like the way that I see it is like I think that most games there will always like sorry, all games will have a non-destructive version of the game where you can play, and if you lose, maybe you'll just have like a cooldown in the game, but you won't lose anything. But I'm thinking that we do like a ranked system. And so we'll have to figure this out on like if we're going to open source it on how to like process this. But basically, I'm thinking that there'll be a rank system on every game to where if you win, you can get other people's traits, but if you lose a few matches in a row, then you'll one of your traits will randomly like break off of your character kind of thing. So but yeah, then we have this other idea where we have like a Tamagotchi style game where you play the action game, and once you lose, you got to go to the Tamagotchi game and take care of your character for a day, and then you get to play the game again. But then also too, like we want to allow people to play the game as much as you can, and like so that's why I think like at most we'll do like a ranked system where you'll have to like nurse it back to health kind of thing. Yep. So, well, let me explain that a little bit because basically that's the initial launch, right? But then, as I said earlier, there's 15 traits. When you fuse 8 traits and 13 traits to a unicorn, you will get another unicorn for free. So basically, the idea is that in the initial spot, everybody's starting with one, and everybody's starting at the same level. But as you like fuse more traits over time, and you get to the point where you're like better than others, then you're collecting more unicorns, which gives you more traits over time. And the reason why we're looking at that as an inflationary, like why that's a good thing, is because we want this to be like a large player base, right? And like in order to support millions of players, we need millions of NFTs to be in millions of people's wallets. And so we look at Axie Infinity, they got 7 million Axies in circulation, and they've got like 2 million players, and like we want to be there as soon as we can. And so, but that's why we're doing the season pass system where for the first 6 months you get to collect more unicorns, but after that, no more unicorns are printed, right, or minted. And so after 6 months, that'll be the last unicorn. So we don't know how many there will be in 6 months. It could be hundreds of thousands. It could be like 50,000 or so, right? Who knows? But basically, once that line hits and it goes to the next character, there's never going to be another unicorn anymore. So yeah, yeah. So there's the Cryo Pass, and then there's the unicorns mint. So the Cryo Pass is the first step, and there'll be 1,000 Cryo Passes. And the first 1,000 to get a Cryo Pass, if you hold that, and you have that on launch day, then you'll get one of the 12,500. So really on launch day, there will only be 11,500 up for grabs because 1,000 of them have already been reserved for the Cryo Pass holders. This week we're planning for Thursday. Will be the first mint, and that will be like a first come first serve. So if you're one of the first 1,000, then you'll get it, kind of thing. Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, no problem. Have a good one. All right, everybody. More people in the list. I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna bring up two more people on stage, but then I got to go on to playing Minecraft. So, hey, Happy Cat. Mhm. Yeah, so I think layer one, like so the spot where you get unicorns and then collect traits and fuse those traits, those will be all on a website, and then eventually we'll be making mobile apps that are like read only. So it'll be you won't be able to connect to the blockchain from it, but you'll be able to connect to the database and go like browse the marketplace and stuff, and then that's also going to lead into the layer two games, which will be, it could be anything. It could be a mobile game. It could be a computer game. It could be, a website game. We're leaving that open. But the thing is like as you play it, you'll be over time like unlocking trait boxes, and then to open those trait boxes, you got to go to the website to mint it, kind of thing. Yeah. All right. Do you need salon for launch? No, no gas. No, you don't. You guys have no gas fees, by the way. So okay. What's up, Sorge? Hey. Yeah. Yeah. So my name's Nolan. I've been a designer and developer for about 10 years now. Or I guess like 12 now. Yeah. But anyways, I was part of a few startups, and then I went and worked at an agency for like 4 or 5 years, and then I went and had been freelancing for about 6 years leading up to COVID. And then at that point, I was like really getting a crazy amount of clients, and it was all for like app design and development type stuff. And then yeah, COVID hit, and then it went really crazy on my workflow, and so that's when I went to my brother Tyler, who was up here earlier, and basically we started Rad Collab, the agency, and so yeah, and then we were trying to get clients for our agency, and we blew up on TikTok, and we ended up launching an app called Tapestry, and got like 50,000 users in just a few months. And because TikTok's amazing, and yeah, and like like during that time of developing Tapestry and stuff, we started jumping into NFTs, but we didn't really know how to like put it into our community that we were building on TikTok. And that was basically we were grinding, and we were about to launch a second app, and Tyler got COVID, and it was really rough, and basically everything fell onto me, and it was really intense workflow. Like it was already intense, and then it got way worse, and I was at this point where like I couldn't do anything because it was like so much, and so it kind of like led me to be like, man, like is this even what I want to do with my life? Like I started out, in design, got into development, and then was freelancing, and then I started this agency, and then we ended up making apps on TikTok, and like really, like all of the apps that we were making were apps that like if I were to make a startup, I wouldn't have made that startup. It was just because people in comments were like, "Yo, you should make this app." And then we would make it designs for it, and then it blew up into like a whole app that we ended up launching. And so that was when I was like, yo, like let's just do this fucking NFT thing and like go crazy. And yeah, so that's where we ended up here. And so in that time as the agency is when we brought on a few designers and two developers. And so yeah, now we're this team, and it's really cool because like I think that if we hadn't have gone through that whole process with Rad Collab, like making that agency and trying to get into TikTok and stuff, like we wouldn't have been able to do this at all. But here we are, like with 70 people listening to me right now, and it's like it's really fun that it's all led to this. So yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I'll tell you when we, I told you that we brought on two developers, and both of them, we were never planning on bringing on developers because I was, I build in React, and I know just how hard it is to hit deadlines and stay on budget and everything. And I was just like, yo, I like designing better. It's easier to like manage clients in that way, and so for a long time, I was like, I'm never, I'm not doing any development projects. And then now we're here with two developers. But both of them reached out to us. The first one reached out to us multiple times, but we were too busy in the weeds to like get back and like. So yeah, hey, you're talking to me right now. What are you developing? Yeah. What are you building, bro? Cool. Oh, cool. Okay. Sweet. Industrial stuff. Yeah. 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 Cool. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's cool, man. I think yeah, like for me, like uh I would say that like definitely get into Web3, like the crypto. I think all of this NFT stuff is like is truly like the future, right? Like I mean, we're sitting here in the crypto Discord, right? Technically, and it's like yeah, like I think that like when I was first getting into NFTs, it just like felt like this is like so much bigger than art, right? Right now it's art, right? It's about to be gaming, and then it's going to be so much more than gaming with the metaverses and everything that's beyond that too. And like, I think that like, as far as like future proofing yourself, Web3 for sure is gonna be really good for you. But for me personally, like, just go with where you want to go, man. Like I as I said, I started as a designer, and then I got into development because I got tired of design, and then I got tired of development and went into design, and then I got tired of design again and then went into development. It's like just go with what your passion is, because like especially in any computer science, or creative field as well. Like if you're not passionate about it, or if you lose your passion, then it's a life suck, and yeah, like, so for me, I've always just like let myself go wherever I thought that I needed to be, and it's been okay for me. But so I'd say, yeah, go for it. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, bunch. Cool. All right, everybody. Well, that is all I've got. I'm going to be on Minecraft in about 20 minutes. So you can either sit right here in the live stage and I'll start a new event, or we can just chat later. But also, I'll be live on TikTok in about 2 hours as well. So I'm just going to be talking for like fucking 4 hours straight today. So thank you for all of you for listening to me. But I hope to see you in Minecraft in just a little bit. Okay, everybody. Bye. Actually, I'm going to end this live. Yeah.